Hey guys, just thought I'd go live for a little bit. Might be 2 minutes, might be 3 minutes, might be half an hour. I don't know. But today is World Mental Health Day. It's a very important day. I love that we are slowly each year beginning to break down the stigmas around mental health, spread awareness, and just continue the conversation. I think so much of mental health is just about always having a continual conversation about it, so that it doesn't fall to the waysides, so we don't forget about it. If we keep that volleyball up in the air, then we allow it to be a part of our life. It doesn't seem like something that's not normal or taboo anymore. So it's about making it normal and acceptable to always have an open dialogue and conversation about mental health, whether that's within your family, within your friends, even at work. I want to be here, and I want to, this has been a extremely challenging year for people who don't suffer from mental health issues. And I'm sure that this year has even brought on mental health issues that didn't exist before, or certainly exacerbated certain ones in people that did have them and made them even worse. As with mental illness, stress can bring a ton of agitation to our mental illnesses. If we are suffering from depression or anxiety, or whatever you're going through, losing your job, losing financial security, losing your business, losing a loved one, all these things that a lot of people have experienced in the past 7 months can definitely raise the temperature on all of those mental illnesses that are cooking within you. So I just want to say that everybody who's going through something, whether it's something real and tangible or something that your mind is telling you you're going through, I'm with you. You're not alone. I love you. You're loved. You're an important person, and I hope that you find the help and the peace that you need. And as a segue, help is a big part of mental health. I wish that therapy wasn't a luxury. I wish that therapy wasn't a privilege, because it is so deeply vital and important. I started doing therapy regularly over a year ago for the first time, and I hadn't ever in my younger life, and it's been a game changer, complete game changer. Building my mental fortitude, making me stronger, making me more aware, increasing my self-esteem, allowing me to recognize problems faster so I can redirect my energy into being more healthy and sustainable in my choices that I make in my daily life. But unfortunately, it's not often covered by a lot of insurance companies. There's not a lot of coverage for that, so oftentimes families living at and below the poverty line cannot afford mental health, and that's just a travesty. It's an absolute travesty, and luckily there are every day new organizations popping up, which are amazing, that help people get mental health help for free. So if you know of any, drop them below, and also say where you are, so that people, maybe if you're from Portland, or you're from Ohio, or you're from Toronto, or wherever you are, and you're having some kind of access to mental health for free through some kind of organization that's helping either subsidize it and make you pay less, or downright give it to you for free, share that information in the comments so someone else also living in that place can also access that organization that you are and benefit from it. Again, Mental Health Day is all about spreading awareness, raising awareness. So it's vital that we share the information that we have. So to anyone suffering and going through some some bad times, whether they are real or tangible, or they are fallacies in our mind that are created by our mind telling us that we're having a bad time. I'm with you, and you're not alone, and you will find the light. It's always the darkest right before the sun rises. It's a great one to always remember. I was reading also this morning a quote from Steve Harvey, and he said, when you're going through hell, don't stop. Because why would you stop in hell, right? If you're going through a bad moment, why are you stopping? Why are you dwelling in that moment? Don't stop. Why would you stop in hell? You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing through it, And that's not about ignoring. It's about acknowledging, giving yourself the permission to feel what you need to feel about that, and then finding a rhyme or a reason to get you back in the game, back on your feet, back doing what you need to do. So again, there's a lot of things that can help us, and I think in the spirit of starting and continuing a conversation, things that help me feel stronger and have greater mental fortitude to combat my anxiety and different things that I have suffered through. I think the most prevalent one that I can attest to is diet. Eating well is shockingly important for your mental health. It's easy to sort of draw a line what eating well can put together in terms of making your body feel good and making you maybe lose weight or feel stronger or have more energy if you're eating well. Those are very easy sort of lines to draw, but we don't often talk about what diet can do for our mental health, and how certain foods can bring out clarity and self-esteem and energy and all different kinds of things. So diet and eating well, drinking a lot of water, these are all super important things that I urge you to do, and to find out how best to eat for your specific body. Another thing is exercise. This is an obvious one. Everybody talks about this. Getting up, and in the first sort of hour or two max that you wake up, getting some solid exercise in, that's going to make you sweat, that's going to make your heart pump, that's going to make all your blood start flowing in your body, waking you up, start making you feel good. You got all these like dopamine receptors going off in your brain, telling you to feel good, telling you to feel happy, telling you to feel fulfilled. So that's a great one. I do a lot of cycling. I really like cycling. So I get out on my bike 3, sometimes 4 times a week and do 30 miles. I've been biking to work a lot. That makes me feel great. And, apart from the actual physical act of getting some exercise and all the positive reinforcement that your body and your mind gets from that, there's also the flip side of that, and how that sort of boils into your self-esteem, which is that you've accomplished something. It's a really great feeling to wake up and say, wow, I've accomplished something. So it's beyond just the win that you get from the exercise, but you can actually say, wow, I got up and I did something, and I'm starting my day, and I've already accomplished something. It's a great feeling. Whether that's cleaning your room, making your bed, or just start your day by accomplishing something, and that's already going to jump your self-esteem up. Other things, I always feel great when I accomplish things. Again, so there's a good little segue into the next point. I kind of have a little bit of a scatterbrain all over the place. So for me to be productive, I have to write things down. I have to make a to-do list. That's super important. That's usually after I finish exercising in the morning. That's the next thing I do, is I go and write down all the things that I need to do that day. And maybe it's the list from yesterday, and I didn't get to tick off all the things from yesterday. So I got a couple things from yesterday, and I got a couple things to add to it today. I have a running list on notes in my phone, and it's amazing once you start clicking off a couple of those things on your to-do list, how good it feels, and how good it feels to kind of close those rings, if you will. And productivity begets more productivity. The more productive you are, the more likely you are to want to be more productive, because when you start accomplishing things, it feels good and it gets you into a very focused state. So you end up even accomplishing even more. So making lists and really trying to tackle your daily goals to be efficient, and each one that you cross off feels good. You feel like you've accomplished something. You feel like you've completed something. You really feel like you did something, today. So that's a really great thing as well. The other thing is, talking. Talking is super important, whether that's with your partner, your sibling, your parents, your family, or therapist. Having conversations about the struggles and challenges you're going through are super important. And sometimes it's, even if you don't have anything, terrible or crazy going on, you might just be talking about how your day's going, and you might, through just a conversation, kind of realize, oh, well, maybe I am feeling like this today, and that's okay. Just not judging yourself. It's important not to judge yourself. It's important to acknowledge the things that you're going through, but not to judge them. You have to be kind to yourself. You're your own greatest ally. So you have to treat others how you want to be treated. And in a way, if you treat your body like another, you're treating yourself kindly. So you wouldn't want to treat somebody else badly. So why would you treat yourself badly, right? If you don't want to be mean to other people, don't be mean to yourself. So always surround yourself with love and positive affirmations. Another thing is, I feel like, especially in these times, your mind is very good at telling you what is going wrong in your life. Those thoughts will come into your mind rapid fire. It's very easy for your mind, and it always wants to tell you how bad things are doing and make your list of all the things that are going wrong. It's much more difficult and much more rare, and it takes much more work to create a list of all the things that are going well in your life, all the things you have to be grateful for. So every day, make sure you stop at a certain point in the day, and whether that's quieting that voice that is being negative, or even if you don't have that voice that's being negative, to just simply reinforce your positive energy and take a moment to do that. That's super important. Every day, take a moment, stop, whether it's when you're sipping your coffee, whether it's when you're driving to work, whether it's when you're in the shower, whatever is your moment, take a moment to close your eyes and think of all the things that you have to be grateful for. Super important. That is a huge motivator for me, especially when you think about, where you came from and where you are, where you were 2 years ago, where you were 5 years ago, where you were 10 years ago. The struggles that you were having then. You might have new struggles, that you didn't have back then, but you might have also gotten through what seemed to be impossible times in your past, and that now you're ahead of those times. You know what I mean? So that's another fundamental thing. What else can we talk about? Another thing. I think hobbies are really good, interests, finding something that is not work and doesn't feel like work, and something that isn't, necessarily a group thing that has to be involved with a lot of people. And, especially now with the pandemic, we're not supposed to be meeting in large groups, so this is even easier now. But something that you do alone, something that makes you recharge. Some of us recharge socially and some of us recharge alone, but I think all of us have a small part of us that also recharges a certain part of our body alone. And I think it's important to find a moment in a day, in a week, in a month, whatever you can kind of handle and be consistent with, where you do something alone. That might be golf, that might be cycling, that might be even reading a book, that might be doing crossword puzzles. It can be extravagant and wild, or it can be small and simple. But the moment of just spending time with yourself, away from your phone, away from technology, and being okay with just being alone with yourself long term just builds a lot of confidence in your ability to be okay. Not creating dependency on other people and partners and friendships, but being okay with yourself, and being proud to sit alone with yourself and do something and practice something and get better at something. There's always things that we can improve on. So those are some little tips and tricks. I love that everyone is talking about mental health. It's so important. It's underfunded. So wherever you are, I hope that this can create a little bit more of a dialogue with all of you, and maybe you guys can meet. If you guys recognize that you're from the same place, share your information. If there's some organization where you are that's amazing and helping people get help, then please share that, and hopefully someone else from your community can see that and benefit from it. I guess I will maybe read some of your questions. Do you guys have any questions or things you want to say, or anything you want to add to what I just said that maybe you want me to amplify? I would be happy to share some of your thoughts as well. I have my morning coffee here. Hello, lots of hearts. You should definitely save this live to your page. I will. Thank you for saying that. A lot of hearts, Brazil flags. Are plus size girls still beautiful? Absolutely. That it's not a silly question, but it's an obvious question. Yes, of course. Everyone is beautiful. Everyone has beauty. Beauty is within the eye of the beholder. That's such a beautiful, it's such a beautiful saying, because women. Here we go. Okay, sorry. What were we talking about? So, what I assume is a young woman asked, "Are plus size girls beautiful?" And I said, yes, of course they're beautiful, and beauty is within the eye of the beholder, and that's what is so amazing about our world and our planet and art, which I think the human body is art. Women are art. Men are art. Everybody in between are art. And so when you go to a museum and you see a painting, a beautiful painting, and you say, wow, this painting moved me. It's so gorgeous, the way the oil sits on the canvas and the colors and the shading and the way the artist uses light. Wow, this thing is so beautiful. And the person next to you goes, I don't know. I don't really like it. Does that mean that piece of art is not beautiful? No, it means it is beautiful to you. And that's all that matters. So when you meet someone and you find that they're beautiful, it doesn't matter what other people think. It matters what you think. You know what I mean? And also, when you meet someone, you've only met their body. It takes some time. You have to meet their heart as well. You know what I mean? When you introduce yourself to someone, you're only meeting their body. It's just a vessel to keep us here on this planet. But after getting to know someone, then you get to meet their heart, and that's the good stuff. That's where the real beauty comes out. So thank you for your question. Come on, give me some other questions. Parla in italiano, per favore, voglio sentirlo. Ok, ciao a tutti in Italia, un bacio a tutti, vi manco. Mi mancate, dovrei dire. They can make a good representation about mental health with Andrew's, with Andrew's character. Yes, I agree. It's been a privilege to play that. How do you deal with mental health? Well, I've been talking about it here. I think we ran through a couple of things. Exercise, diet, having someone to talk to, finding where in your community you can have access to, therapy and people to talk to, finding hobbies, daily affirmations are really great. Love you too. Love all you guys. Love connect. I haven't done it live in a long time since my poetry in the PMs, which I miss. Music, yes. Listen to music. But again, that's what I was like, hobbies, and things that where you need to have a moment where you're not with anyone, whether that's once a day, once a week, once a month. Music is a great thing. Go into a room by yourself, put some headphones on, listen to an album, front to back. Beautiful. That's some amazing therapy right there. How are you today? Thank you for asking. Federica Citerio. Ciao. Sto bene, grazie. Speak Spanish. I don't really speak Spanish. How can we shift the mindset of Americans who don't believe in the seriousness of COVID and the importance of mask social distancing? I believe that that's just a Darwin thing, the smartest of the species will adapt and the rest will die. We have to listen to our doctors and our scientists, as they are the people who have predicted and helped us through every major medical scientific catastrophe in history. So we have to believe them. We have to put our trust in them. And if people who see all these signs and hear all these specialists speaking and ignore them, we can't really change their minds. That's up on them. It's severely irresponsible and reprehensible, but we can't force people to do what they don't want to do. It's only their loss, sadly. Greetings from Mexico. Hello. What happened to Grey's Anatomy? We're back in November, a month from now, actually. What's today? 10th. I think it's the 12th we're back. So, yeah, pretty much in a month. You'll have your Grey's Anatomy back. Twin Mom 180416. How do you and your beautiful wife cope during this awful situation? Sending love from the UK. Thank you for asking that. We've just stayed connected. We found a lot of things to keep us collaborating. We've been respectful of each other's space and needing of space. So having time that we are together collaborating, but also budgeting time that we are apart and have space and we can do our own things, so that we're fully balanced humans. Another thing, in speaking about mental health, is the idea of a balanced human. If someone is working all the time, 24/7, even though they might have a lot of money in their bank account, that doesn't mean that they're succeeding. Because success is not wealth, or at least wealth is not money. Wealth is happiness. And some people are happy when they have a little bit more money in their bank account, so it can sort of provide some wellness. But yeah, I think it's about being balanced. So if you're working too much, not spending enough time with your family, think about shifting that scale a little bit more balanced. You know what I mean? Having time to exercise, having time for yourself, having time with your partner, having time with your kids, having time with a hobby. All these things. Having time to eat well, having time to meditate. I didn't talk about meditation. Meditation is amazing. You gotta meditate. You know what I mean? But when I said take a moment every day to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and think about all the things that you're grateful for, that's essentially meditating. You can just take it to a new level if you really meditate on that for like 20 minutes. Your PM poetry times helped me when I got very sick with COVID from March to May. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad that helped you through that. I hope you're feeling better. Do you think have pets is a kind of therapy? Thais Perez? Yes, I do. We adopted our dog Jazz in April, and he's brought so much joy to our life. It's not even quantifiable. It's incredible. He makes us so happy. He makes us laugh with the things that he does, so he brings joy to our home. He gets me out of the house walking with him every day, twice a day. So He's brought a ton of joy into our life. So yes, pets are great. Adopt, don't shop. You heard it here. What else you guys got to say? Is there anybody that works within the mental health system that would like to say anything? Maybe you're a psychiatrist, a therapist, a mental health professional, social worker. I don't know. If there's any of you here that want to say anything that I could amplify, something that maybe you feel like is being left out of the conversation at the moment, let me know. Hello everybody, hello. Ciao a tutti. Argentina. Ciao da Roma, ciao Roma. Also, while I was thinking, different, because I'm seeing different flags from all over the world, mental health as a whole, in terms of where it is, where it's reached, in terms of the awareness, is different in every country, in every city. So if you are in a place where the conversation of mental illness is not very progressive, it's not very updated, it's not talked about, it's maybe even made fun of, don't feel alone. There's plenty of YouTube videos, there's plenty of people like me on Instagram and other social media things you can reach out to as resources. You can go online and ask for help. Even though your family should be a supportive base for your thoughts and fears and doubts, oftentimes it's not. So you have to go somewhere else. So that might be a friend or it might be online. But if you are struggling, please find help. Please look for help. It doesn't all have to be within your household. And oftentimes we have to leave our household to gain that knowledge sometimes. So there's no shame in that. The goal is just to find help, find the information you're looking for. So search far and wide to whatever you need to find the answers that you need. Okay. As someone who's struggled with mental health since I've been 5, I just want to say having a bad day isn't a weakness. It shows you're fighting and it's brave. I completely agree with you. Yeah. And to add on your point, Emma, the more bad days that you have, that you conquer, you're reinforcing to your mind and to your soul that you will not be taken advantage of, and that you have proven with each time that a bad day will not define you. It's not going to define your day. It's not going to define your year. And like everything else, whether it's a sport, a musical instrument, practice makes perfect. The more we practice something, the better we get at it. So if we wake up and we feel sluggish and we don't want to do anything and we decide to say, you know what? Shut up, negative mind. I'm going to get some exercise. So you get up, you get some exercise, you go for a walk, you come back, you feel better, and you go, look at me, I'm glad I quieted that voice. Does that mean that voice is now defeated? No, it's not defeated. But with each time that you tell that voice to shut up and you prove it wrong, you're sharpening your instrument, you're sharpening that tool in your mind, and you're creating mental fortitude, what I call mental fortitude. You make it stronger so that when that voice comes in that wants to discourage you, wants to depress you, wants to bring you down, you have so much practice telling that voice to shut up. And it becomes easier and easier and easier to quiet that. So thank you so much, Emma, for saying that. Depression is a terrible experience. Yes, it definitely is a terrible experience. And I hope the people who are suffering from depression can find someone to talk to and find the resources that they need. And that's what, this day is all about. Queen Liberato, thank you so much for your message. How can I ask for help? Just like that. Just say, hey, I need help. That's it. To whatever person in your life that you trust. I need help. There's also hotlines online. So you can say, whatever you're going through or feeling, numbers to call, and you can have someone on the phone within seconds who's ready to talk to you and listen. So you're never, 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 never alone, ever. Especially now, you know what I mean? Early 1900s, we didn't have telephones and social media and all these things. Like, we in a way have so many things that add to our stress and anxiety today, but we have so many more resources to help with it. So it's sort of like a catch-22. Your South African fans love you. Thank you so much. I hope to visit your country one day. I've only been to Kenya in Africa, so I hope to visit the South. It looks beautiful. I love the ocean, and that ocean looks gorgeous. I love you guys. This is great. I miss connecting with you guys in this way, hearing what you guys have to say. This whole experience has been so isolating. So Isabella Montoya 20. Ciao. Hello. Hello, Argentina. Do you like One Direction? I mean, I think that would be kind of rude to just like one direction. I kind of like all directions. I like left, I like right, I like forward, I like back. Yeah, I don't discriminate against, directions. So I like all directions, not just one direction. Come to Switzerland. I wish. Yeah. Trips and vacations. My God. Who misses those? Not just me, I bet. What country would you like to travel to? God, I'd love to go visit the pyramids. Probably, next time I can fly. Apart from visiting my family and friends in Canada and Italy, once I get that out of the way, then I would definitely like to go see the pyramids. What else? Brazil. You guys are amazing. Oh, also, my film, The Cuban, just released in the United States. You guys should go check it out. It's on Amazon Prime and all those different streaming apps. So it's called The Cuban. It's a beautiful little film from Canada, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm glad you guys can finally see it. Go check it out. Take some photos of yourselves watching it. Send it to me, and I'll try and post some of those maybe next week. Okay, if you guys don't have any more questions or comments or things, then I think I'm going to sign off. But it was great having this chat with you guys. I hope you guys got something out of it. Thank you for all of you guys who said questions and things. I'm sorry if I didn't answer them all or get to yours. But maybe you can make a comment. I'll post this so you guys can make a comment, and then maybe I'll answer it there in the comment section if I didn't get to it here in the live. Okay, so thank you so much. Keep talking about mental health. It's super important. Oftentimes the people who seem the happiest are battling the most. And the late, great Robin Williams, my hero, was a true testament to that. So just because someone seems like they're doing okay on the outside doesn't mean that they're doing okay on the inside. So always just check in with your people, check in with your friends, with your family. How you doing? How you really doing? Make eye contact when you say how are you, and really ask the question. Let's just keep making people feel not alone. Okay? I love you all. Have a great weekend. Do something that makes you happy. Get some exercise. Eat well. Listen to some music. Just do things that make you happy. You will live to see another day. And that day will be beautiful because you're in it. All right? Ciao, guys. Have a great day.